Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first 2025 Film Room in 5. We're going to be talking about run defense today. We have a lot to talk about because, unfortunately, the Cowboys did not look very good yesterday. They just did not look very good, but I am telling you right now is not the time to panic. I know it feels like it's time to panic. It is not the time to panic yet. I'm not saying it'll never be the time to panic. I'm just simply saying right now is not the time to panic. Listen, we did not have our starters out there. Oh my goodness. I was on Twitter or X or whatever it is now, right? I was on there and I saw Calvin Watkins, and Calvin Watkins said something that scared a lot of Cowboys fans. He said that these are going to be the players at defensive tackle specifically and cornerback specifically that the Cowboys are going to be counting on during the year. Let me tell you something. I cannot consider that an absolutely true statement. Yes, some of these players will be counted on by the Cowboys even in the beginning of the year. However, there were a lot of players. Specifically, he was talking about defensive tackles, defensive ends. There was no Osa Odigizua. There was no Marshawn Nealon, even though that's a defensive end. But I'm just saying, as far as stopping the run, he was not actually out there. Micah hasn't signed his contract yet, but even Sam Williams wasn't on the field at the other defensive end. Yes, Jay Toia or Mozzie may be who we're looking at as far as that defensive tackle position, but Solomon Thomas wasn't out there. You know, we were looking at our second and possibly third string in some of these situations, even in the beginning of the game. So I don't want you to feel like this is who we're counting on at the very beginning of the season. It is not. But what we're going to do right now, we're just going to look at two plays. We're going to look at two plays specifically to talk about the run. Okay. So these two plays right here, this is the very first season you'll see right here that the defense actually did a pretty good job. Just pay attention to the fact that the line did not get pushed off of the ball. They stayed right there. They were able to stand up their offensive linemen and not get pushed off. Now you'll see right now that this is the one that they actually scored. A little bit different, but as a whole, they did not get pushed off. One person got pushed off the line. So you're talking about our second and third string people right here backing people up. And still they were able to, for the most part, hold their ground on the defensive line, other than, I believe, number 98, which is Peyton Hendershot. So what we're looking at right here is simply 51, which I believe is Ernest Brown. I didn't actually hear them call his name, but I believe 51 is Ernest Brown, 98 is Peyton Turner, 93 is Jay Toia, and 91 is Tyrus Wheat. Again, that means no Osa Odigizua, not even a Mozzie Smith. Again, I don't have a lot positive to say about Mozzie Smith, but this is not a situation, even though it's on the first drive. This was not a situation where Mozzie and Jay Toia was out there with Marshawn Nealon, and you don't have a Solomon Thomas that was out there. We actually are using our backups here, even on this play. And again, here's what I noticed. Even on the scoring play is getting ready to come up right now. What you'll notice on the scoring play is that you actually have most of your defensive line standing up. You did have Peyton Turner get pushed into the end zone. It appears that your linebacker, which is Maris Leofau, probably had a part of the outside contained, because you'll see him jumping to the outside, which would have meant that Damone Clark is supposed to feel that hole. He has to be able to see which hole it is, scrape to that hole, avoid that block, and actually meet in the hole. That actually did not happen. Again, our linebackers, Damone Clark, we're going to be counting on him. I understand what Calvin Watkins is saying, but he's not our starting linebacker. So we can't just sit up and say that, hey, the people that we're going to be counting on is who actually let us down this week. That's not what we can actually say. Listen, there are some good things that came out of this. I know everybody was like, we got beat up. We did. We got destroyed. We played playoff caliber team, and we did not look like we was a playoff caliber team. I believe that when we have injuries like we had last year, that we have some players who are going to probably need to step up bigger than what they did yesterday. We have a couple of weeks before the first game, real regular season game actually comes around, to be able to get some of that together. And then beyond that, hopefully we don't have to count on them in that first game. By the time we're counting on them, it's a 5 or 6 or 7 games down the line. So it's a very long year. I understand people get injured, they be out for 1 or 2 games, but that will give these guys an opportunity who do need to step up. It would give them the opportunity to kind of get into the swing of things, kind of see how it works, kind of learn from some of the veterans at that point. So I'm only saying this is defending the boys. My job, our job right here is to defend the boys. I am telling you, let's not panic. It's not time to panic yet. It's not time to panic yet. We got another week of practice. We have another preseason game coming up, and then we have another week of practice. We still have a game after that. We have time to correct some of these young players, and at the same time, our stars, our starters are getting ready. They're going to be ready to go. Obviously, we need Micah Parsons. I get that. But even the way that we are right now, it's not the most horrible thing in the world. Jerry hopefully is going to get this Micah Parsons thing done. And I just don't believe that in my quick time here with these 2 plays that the season is over with. It's not over quite yet. So, hey, do me a favor. I need you to subscribe. If you're watching this right here on YouTube, I need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Defending the Boys. This is our Defending the Boys podcast. This has been Film Room in 5. Your boy D Will, and I'm out.